Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that one of our admin received and helped us with the translation. The translation reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story as anonymous? I have my own confession that I want to share with you. I am a South African lady who is married to my husband, who is a ritualist. He became a ritualist when I started staying with me. So ever since I was still growing up, I was always fascinated by people who say that they are ritualist. I can say that it started with my mom. She used to make us watch a lot of these Nigerian movies, like we would watch a lot of them. Then when we were all grown up, that was when we would watch this other movie, Billionaires Club. Instead of me crying like what my friends would do whenever we would watch it, when that woman was in pain, no, I would not cry. Actually, I will be happy, wishing that I would have gotten married to any of the guys who featured in that Billionaires Club movie. That was me during those days. And then when I was all matured, that was when I started working. So then I got a vehicle on loan and I could not pay it back. And then I was being threatened because the bank wanted to repossess the vehicle, and I did not want that because it was me showing other people that I had made it in life and now I had a vehicle. So I was stuck. I would go around. I even approached this other traditional healer and I told that traditional healer that if it was possible, he could just rent me out like isithwalo so that I can rent it even for a month, 2 or 3 months. Then after that, when my life is back in shape, I can return back whatever you would have given to me that would be making money for me. But he said he could not do that. I kept on hoping that one day things were going to be okay, but still nothing was working for me anymore. That was when I met my guy. I met my guy when I had been taken out with my own boyfriend. Well, we were at this other restaurant that has a nice bar. I stood up. I wanted to go to the toilet. The guy, he then followed me and he asked for my phone numbers. I could not give it to him, for I was scared that my boyfriend could see us. But later on, when I saw that indeed this man had money, and when my boyfriend went to the bathroom to relieve himself, that was when I quickly stood up and I went to where he was seated with his friend, and I told him that if he wanted my number, he should take them quite quickly, and I gave them to him. We started talking, even though my boyfriend was still there. Next morning, we were already together. He took me to his house, and I was impressed, but I was scared as well because I saw that he was a man who had money. I told him about everything that I had been going through in my life, and he said that he was going to assist me, and yes, he helped me. He asked me how much I needed, and I told him, and then I was back in shape. Like my finances, they were back in shape now. And after a couple of months, when we were dating, I then moved in with him. He promised me that he was going to give me money that would be for my allowances. It was more than which I was making at work. So at that time, this guy, he was not yet a ritualist, but he was already in the process. He had spoken with another traditional healer from his country. He was just looking for motivation, I guess. So this guy, he had several vehicles that were doing some deliveries, and he also owned a small franchise where they were selling your car batteries. It was under a franchise. I liked the guy a lot, like he was a hustler. He would wake up so early in the morning and you would be working each and every day. You would be working, doing this and that. And that was what I liked about the guy. He was always looking for cash. He would become so restless whenever he did not have any money at all. And when me and this guy spoke about things of the spirit, because one day my mom was like, so both of you mean you do not go to church? Because my mom, she came and she visited us, and I would lie to him that we are going to church. But when she visited us, she saw that throughout the week, no praying, no what, Sunday, no prayer. The next week again, when it was on Saturday, then she said, so you guys, how do you survive? You do not pray, you do not do anything. And then she said, let us go to church. So whilst we were speaking about things of the spirit in our bedroom, me and my boyfriend, that was when he was like, what do you think about people who do money-making rituals? Like, he shocked me. I did not know how to respond to him. And I said, how do you feel about it? You have to tell me first. And then that was when he said he felt like those people that do the money-making rituals, they are people that would have struggled quite a lot and they would want to try something different. And he had spoken once with another traditional healer who wanted to give him a wallet. He said, there is someone who can give me a wallet and this wallet can help me to become rich, but I am just hesitant to go there. And I was like, why not? We can have a wallet, like you are saying, that will always be having a lot of money. We need money. And for you to become a wealthy businessman, you also need money. You cannot just expect that your small business will make you to become so wealthy. So me and this guy, that was when we decided that this was supposed to be done. He went to his country and he called me. Hey, Brother Nashi, I don't even believe that this was what I did. He called me and I said, what is wrong, babe? Did it go through? And he said, no, there is a problem. He then said that the traditional healer who had been assisting him had showed him a tokoloshi. And this tokoloshi, this was how it was looking, sort of like a god, but with a human head. And he said that the tokoloshi in its own, it wanted blood. When you arrived at the consultation room, the tokoloshi will want blood from you. And he had been told that since he had me, he was supposed to speak with me and to see if I will be able to send him my period blood. And that was what I did. That is how much I wanted to become rich in life. So I said, how the hell am I going to send you my period blood? And you know you have to wait for them. It's not like I'm just going to say, period, where are you? Can you come? So he said, no, it is not a big deal. I am going to wait until when you are on your periods. Then after 5 days, you take all the sanitary pads that you would have used, and then I will tell you whom you are supposed to give. And I said, okay, babes, no problem. And then I waited until it was on the 16th, because that is the date that I always go on my periods. Then when I was on my period, I told him, and then I went and I bought my sanitary ware, and then I started using it and place it in a small plastic until 5 days were done. When I was done doing my periods, and then that was when he gave me a number and he said, this guy, his truck is getting ready to leave South Africa for Zim. So all that you have to do, go and speak with that guy, but just pretend as if you are just giving him normal groceries. I then went to Boxer and I bought a 10 kg rice, 10 kg sugar, flour, cremora, as well as other stuff, and he said that is the normal groceries that people from my country buy. He instructed me to open the rice that I had bought and to place the sanitary pads there and seal it up. And then I went and I gave it to the driver and I gave him his money. He later confirmed that he had received the parcel and tomorrow he would go to the traditional healer. He went to the traditional healer. They did their stuff in the afternoon. When I went to bed, he said I was not supposed to panic if there will be anything that will happen. And indeed, that was when in the evening I had a dream. I saw my late brother. He came to me and he was like, "Tate, wait." And then he just disappeared as he was crying. He kept on crying when he was standing outside, and he was feeling so sad, I guess, about the things that I had done. After he had disappeared, that was when I saw a small creature that came into the room and it slept with me. That creature came and then it slept with me, and in the morning I saw that I had semen all over my stomach area. I told him, and then he said the traditional healer had told him that I was supposed to wipe the semen and then just take some water and mix it with the cloth that I had used and drink it. and then wait. So I did that and I waited. That very same day, he had told me that there would be money that I would find in my pillow. I found that there was money that was in the pillow. It was 1010 that I found, and he said, send it to me. I sent it to him, and he went and he gave it to the healer. He then came back. We started making money. When he then sacrificed his sister, we sat down and we spoke about it. We spoke with the sister and we said that we wanted a maid, and since she was available and she had kids and she was looking for money, she could come and she could work for me. She agreed. She came. I assisted him because he gave me some herbs that I don't know, they are from Zim, and he was like, when you cook for her, just make sure that you place them in the food. So this woman, when she came here, I said, have you ever eaten like shawarma before? And she was like, no, never. She had never eaten it like before. And then I would make it and I would take those herbs and then just place it in there. And I said, these are just some Indian herbs that I love to put in the shawarma. So she was taking those evil charms that I was giving to her. Then she fell sick. She passed away. And then we sent her body back to Zim. That is how my boyfriend has been making money. When you post my story, please tell me. I'll be following through in the comment section. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admin who helped us with this translation. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Yo.